take the lead.
You are listening live to WCBN's call of Michigan versus Michigan State here in East Lansing. Welcome in to Jenison Field House. I am Nabeel Baig. Joined alongside me to my left is Joshua Tenzer.
Good day.
Huh?
Have a good
Yeah,
day.
Good
morning. Good afternoon.
It's a good day. It's loud in here. I mean, it's a field house, so it's the sound's just echoing off of anywhere.
It's a historic building. Lots of sports played in here. There's indoor track, wrestling, gymnastics, volleyball. We're here for Jenison Day, rivalry day between the Wolverines and the Spartans. Your starting lineups today for the Wolverines: Paige Jones, Scotty Johnson, Jess Merzick, Hannah Grant at libero, Jess Robinson, Jackie Bonney, and May Pertovsky. For MSU, your starters are going to be Talia Edmonds, Celia Cullen, Emma Monks, Sarah Franklin, who leads the Big Ten in points per set, or is third place in the Big Ten, rather. Naya Gross and Molly Johnson. Mixing it up from perhaps perceived starters, players who played the most sets.
Yeah, a little bit different. Not something I was expecting 30 minutes ago, but as starting lineups were populated up on the screen, we definitely got to see something exciting. So,
Michigan State not doing great in conference play. They are 4-13. Two of their wins came against the winless Rutgers. They also have previously defeated Iowa in Iowa. And they also beat number 7 Purdue, a team that the Wolverines have most recently played and lost to in 4 sets. The MSU game went 5 sets against Purdue. Michigan State ultimately coming up victorious.
A big win.
Looks to be, absolutely.
Yeah.
It looks to be a great game tonight. Well, this afternoon, rather.
Tonight. Well, hey, it's early. It's early, but it's the nighttime over here.
Yeah. The weather is dark. The skies are blocked with clouds. Sunlight not able to reach street level. Certainly feels like a stormy evening. So, a couple of statistics leaders for the Spartans. They have offense that goes through 2 players. The first, Celia Cullen. She averages 8.36 assists per set, and Julia Bishop averaging 4.85 assists per set. Also part of the noise, we are right next to the band. They have put us here. Michigan State, plenty of assists. I'm not entirely sure how the math works out, but they have 11.89 assists per set. On the other side of the ball, the Wolverines, they have 11.6 assists per set, and 9.6 of those assists come from Scotty Johnson. We were talking pre-game about how good Scotty Johnson is, how she's a leader in serves, a leader in hits. Last time the Wolverines played MSU, it was all the way back in September. Late September, it was the maze out in the Chrysler Center. The statistical leaders, Scotty Johnson with 42 assists, Paige Jones and Jeff Merzick each with 16 kills, and Hannah Grant, Scotty Johnson, 14 and 15 digs. The Go Green, Go White chant going throughout the stadium as things look to get started. Michigan versus Michigan State. Also, please be patient with us. We are sitting in line with the players. We are not in line with the net as we usually are, so certain things up at the net like blocks or kills may be a little tougher for us to call, but we will keep you up to date with all the latest hand signals from the referees.
Well, here we go. Starting for the Wolverines is Jess Merzick on the left side. Jess Merzick will start serve.
Fans quite loud.
Jess Merzick serve, handled by Sarah Franklin. Up there is number 9, Emma Monks with a kill, 6'4". Emma Monks playing as the seasons progress, Emma Monks is playing a little bit more, and she got a kill there off the outstretched hands of May Pertovsky. Now serving for the Michigan State Spartans is Emma Monks. She serves over to Merzick. Up in the air is Scotty Johnson. Now over to Paige Jones. Blocked in the net there by number 17, Nia Cross. Beautiful
Strong block.
there.
She just subbed in. That play, able to get way up high. The Spartans certainly know where to target on the field.
Yeah, beautiful play there so far. And Michigan State early, up 2. Emma Monks serves again. Handled by Merzick. Up in the air, Scotty Johnson. Now Paige Jones again taps it on over. And Emma Monks gets the ball up to, that's Molly Johnson. That's a net violation at the net there by, I believe.
Appears to have been Jones.
Yep, net violation on Paige Jones, says the official. Point number 3 goes to the Michigan State Spartans. 3-0 now early in the first set. Monks serves it over. There's Hannah Grant up to Scotty Johnson. Now kill attempt there is Jess Robinson. Beautiful kill from the center
Just
of the
sneaks
floor.
in the line.
Yep.
And
the
now
ball
coming in
lands
for Robinson is Jackie Bonney.
Yep. Jess Robinson does not serve the ball, so Jess Robinson moves on out after she wins the point, and Hannah Grant goes to serve the libero. Hannah Grant serves, handled by Talia Edmonds. Up there is Celia Cullen. And then kill attempt there is Sarah Franklin. Ball lands on the Michigan side. Point Spartans 4-1.
Wolverines were able to get up there, try to make the block, but the Spartans able to send it just to the left, bounced off the side of the arms of the Spartans, and Michigan's momentum is killed just like that. 4-1 is the score for the Spartans.
Here comes serving specialist Grace Danziger. And Michigan gets the ball over to May Pertovsky, who's blocked in the net by Sarah Franklin and Nia Cross. And now early movement here by the 2 Michigan head coaches, yelling at their team, imploring them to play stronger and better.
It's not the start you want to get if you're a Wolverine.
5-1 now.
They've been getting up, they've
Danziger
been doing attacks.
Comes in, Jess Merzick up there for Scotty Johnson. Now Paige Jones goes down the line, handled by Talia Edmonds. Now Sarah Frank gets another chance, blocked back down.
Strong block by Bonney.
Yeah, great block there by Bonney, and now Michigan gets another point, 5-2.
Wolverines are able to get the attacks, but they're just getting blocked by that strong front 3 of Michigan State. Celia Cullen up there a lot.
Yeah, Michigan.
2 blocks to Nia Gross's name as well. Nia Gross, rather.
May Pertovsky now serves, hits the tape but falls in. Now Sarah Franklin, another chance, falls too wide, and not a tip at the net there, says the official. No tip, point Michigan.
Sarah Franklin had a little bit too much heat on that one. She has 2 successful, she has 2 errors rather on the day, and 1 kill for a hitting percentage right now of negative 33%.
May Pertovsky serves. And service ace there by May Pertovsky. I know you're telling me a lot about that early on.
Yeah, May Pertovsky's up there in the statistics. She has a service ace. She leads the team with 0.48 service aces per set. She has these stretches of runs where she can do ace after ace after ace. We'll see if she does this now with her second serve.
Yeah, 5-4 now. May Pertovsky looking to tie it. Hits Talia Edmonds. Up there is Celia Cullen. And now Sarah Franklin tries going down the line, and ball is out. Point Michigan, tie game, 5-5.
Another strong attempt up there by Sarah Franklin, but she's just missing them wide. And that's something you can't do. If you're going to be playing to the outside like that, you got to be able to angle your body, get it down the line. Maybe the Wolverines will dig it, but it's better than having another unforced error. That's her 3rd of the day.
May Pertovsky right off the tape. Talia Edmonds gets it up. Celia Cullen passes it over to Nia Cross. And Michigan's able to get the ball. Scotty Johnson now up to Jess Merzick. Now down the line, or down the side, excuse me. Ball lands inside. Beautiful play there by Jess Merzick, and Michigan has its first lead of the first set.
Showing great movement there was Jackie Bonney. She came up, made the original tip, kept it in play, ran back to the backcourt. She did go up for a feint attempt, trying to draw Michigan State off to the side. Lots of running, lots of good, strong movement by her today.
May Pertovsky serves again, off the tape again. Lauren Gibbs gets it up. And beautiful kill there is Nia Cross right in the heart of Hannah Grant. Ball falls to the floor. It is now 6-6.
Now subbing in, coming out is Pertovsky. Going in is number 27 for the Wolverines, Kendall Murray. She's playing back right. Wolverines line up on the left side, near sides to where the server is. The server, number 13, Sarah Franklin.
Sarah Franklin serves. Now Hannah Grant up there is Jackie Bonney. Gets a good kill off a tip on the Michigan State side, and 7-6 now. Michigan leads again.
So as I was saying, Wolverines all lined up on the left side. Franklin serves cross court. Able to get there was Grant. Now Paige Jones, the server for the Wolverines, lined up in the middle of the court.
She serves on and over. Handled by Sarah Franklin. Kind of skips off her. And up there again. Back for Sarah Franklin. Looked to be maybe a tip off Kendall Murray.
Think she dodged out of the way just like something out of a Matrix movie.
Nope.
Ball goes back beyond the corner.
Official did see that it hit
Saw
Kendall Murray.
All right.
And point goes to Michigan State, 7-7. Now serving for the Spartans is Lauren Gibbs. She serves on over. Kendall Murray gets it up. Scotty Johnson up for Paige Jones coming from the back. And it's blocked there by, I think, Celia Cullen.
I think that was Emma Monks, actually, but strong block either way. The MSU front three of Monk, Cullen, and subbing in Cabangeli. Real strong up there, getting plenty of blocks to their name.
Michigan State serves on over, and that was Jackie Bonney in the corner going for a kill, and Michigan State tried tipping it back, and the ball lands out of bounds. Really seesaw affair here early on, 8-8.
Brooke Humphrey coming in.
SS Brooke Humphrey sailing on in.
Well, there she is. Her statistics, we'll get to those in a moment.
Brooke Humphrey serves. Sarah Franklin up there for Celia Cullen. And now Biamba Kamangeli tries killing it, and Michigan kind of just plays a little keep away and passes back on over. Biamba goes again off the hands of Kendall Murray. Ball sails out of bounds into the MSU student section. Point Michigan State.
Strong attempt there, trying to get the block for Kendall Murray, trying to get the dig. Just bounced off her a little bit to the left. She was able to get down in time, just not fully set and squared up to the ball. And that is the end of the sailing of SS Brooke Humphrey. 14 serve aces on the year for her so far, and 19 service errors.
Oh, wow. Now serving for the Spartans is Julia Bishop. Kendall Murray up in the air is Scotty Johnson. Now Paige Jones blocked the net there by Emma Monks. Scotty Johnson up again for Jess Merzick, and it's tipped there by Molly Johnson. The ball falls out of bounds. Point Michigan, 9-9.
That was good of Paige Jones to let up the steam a little bit on her kill attempt. Got it off to the side. If she were to try to kill that straight down the line like she usually does, probably would have been blocked right back into her face for a point for the Spartans. Smart play there by
Scotty Johnson serves. Handled by Sarah Franklin. Emma Monks off a set by Julia Bishop. Beautiful play there, and Emma Monks has had herself a good first period, or first set, excuse me. Emma Monks is now up to 3 kills, 1 block. 10-9, Michigan State leads.
Serving from the corner. Left side, right side, as we're seeing, is Cabangeli.
Cabangeli serves on over. Service ace there. Miscommunication between Jess Merzick and Paige Jones. 11-9, Spartans lead.
Especially early on, you can't have those kind of miscommunications where two players go for the same dig. Jones and Merzick both went down, almost collided with each other. It's not something you like to see if you're the coach. You want to have players communicating all the time on the field.
Cabangeli serves. Paige Jones now. Scotty Johnson kind of lays it back on for Mapotowski. She tips on and over. Lauren Gibbs now over there for Sarah Franklin. Blocked there at the net was Mapotowski. Julia Bishop up to number 18, Molly Johnson. Beautiful play there by her. She now has 2 kills now, excuse me. 12-9.
The Wolverines have their backs to the wall this season. If they're number 33 ranked right now, only 32 teams make the NCAA volleyball tournament. They have a need to start winning their last 3 games. They've got this game followed by a homestand against Illinois and Northwestern.
Now, off a Cabangeli serve, looks to be a net violation. There was Julia Bishop. Michigan State had a good point. They had Michigan on their heels. However, just a net violation, unforced error, 12-10. Michigan is now serving Jess Merzick.
It's a shame to see that was a net violation. It was a fantastic kill attempt by Molly Johnson. Real strong.
Strong crowd response here. Jess Merzick, now Talia Edmonds up in the air. Julie Bishop now over to Molly Johnson, and it's tipped back on over. Lauren Gibbs gets the ball back up there, and Sarah Franklin just kind of taps on over. Hannah Grant up in the air to Scotty Johnson. Now Jess Robinson, right in the middle of the floor, hits Michigan State side, 12-11.
It's a strong attempt there by the Wolverines. You love to see it. Had the Spartans on the back foot, and you were mentioning they just tapped it over. That allows the Wolverines to get set, get a strong play going, and then a powerful kill by Robinson.
There's Jess Merzick, Lauren Gibbs. That's Julie Bishop. A little tap on Emma Monks. And now Jess Merzick comes from the end line, and Lauren Gibbs gets the ball back up in the air. Julie Bishop now over to Sarah Franklin, and Scotty Johnson just kind of bumps it up. Here's Hannah Grant setting it up for Paige Jones, and ball goes off of Julia Bishop, but Michigan State is able to get it back in play. Sarah Franklin has to just bump it back over. Scotty Johnson now up to just Paige Jones, and Lauren Gibbs runs on over to try to get it, but the ball sails out of bounds. Tie game now, 12-12.
You know, after that kill attempt, after that kill, two players, it appears to be both Gibbs and Edmonds, both went for the ball. If one of them were to go for the ball for the dig, the other one would have been able to get the rebound. But with it both going for it, neither one was able to get the second touch.
Jess Merzick is serving. Sarah Franklin has a kill, blocked in the net by Jess Robinson and Mae Bertowski. Sarah Franklin gets the ball back again, and this time it's blocked there again. Jess Robinson and Mae Bertowski. Michigan's bench, is hyped about that one, and Michigan has another lead here as we approach the middle of the first set. Jess Merzick doing a great job serving, and Michigan State calls timeout.
Now it'd be a great time to go over some of the stats so far. Wolverines have 18 attacks on the day, 7 of them turning into successful kills, and 3 of them turning into errors for a hitting percentage of .222. Spartans, a little more aggressive on the day so far, 20 attacks, 8 successful kills, and 1 more error than the Wolverines at 4 for a hitting percentage of .200. 8 assists on the day for the Spartans, 7 for the Wolverines. Those assists coming from 7 of them from Scotty Johnson. All 7 for the Wolverines come from Scotty Johnson. 4 from Cullen, 1 from Gibbs, 2 from Bishop, and 1 from Cabangeli for the Spartans. Spartans, they don't necessarily have a quarterback like Scotty Johnson, but that could be a weakness for the Wolverines, as the Spartans know exactly where every play is going to try to go. If there are audio issues, we please ask that you hold with us. Jenison Field House is a strange and loud place, and being right next to the band
doesn't help.
No, it does not at all. You have to admit, the crowd is fantastic here today. It's a rivalry game. Yep. They're energetic. The entire upper bowl is packed. The student section is filled to the brim. The fan section on the far side of us, pretty strong showing as well. The only real empty spaces are in the reserved seating, the fancy seats. Another go green, go white chant breaking out as we compliment the crowd. Almost to prove our point correct.
Jess Merzick now serves as play begins. There's a kill attempt there was Molly Johnson, and now Mae Bertowski gets her own kill attempt off the hands of Sarah Franklin. Ball lands out of bounds, 14-12.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw that was an intentional play, because she saw the block come up early, angled it so that they get the block, and it goes far, far out of bounds. It's very rare that someone on a normal block attempt will send it that far to the side without any sort of influence by the attacker.
Yep. Jess Merzick serves over to Talia Edmonds. And now there's a kill attempt there with Sarah Franklin. Beautiful
strong
job
dig
there
by Grant.
Beautiful job there by Molly Johnson. By Mae Bertowski. Who just got to tap it on over and find the empty lane.
There was a very strong attack earlier on that play. Libero Hannah Grant coming down, able to get that perfectly right up to Scotty Johnson.
Really
fantastic play by Grant.
Jess Merzick serves, handled by Lauren Gibbs. Julia Bishop. Sarah Franklin blocked the net there by Michigan, and Michigan now has a chance. Paige Jones, Off speed, change up. Lauren Gibbs gets it up. Talia Edmonds over to Sarah Franklin, just kind of taps on over. Jess Merzick dives, gets it up. Jess Robinson now, and beautiful dive there by Talia Edmonds. Now Sarah Franklin has another chance. Off speed, Scotty Johnson dives to get it. Heine Grant up in the air now. Paige Jones over there right in the middle of the floor, gets the ball down. Michigan gets another point. That's 5 straight for Jess Merzick.
Wolverines are feeling themselves. We saw Scotty Johnson let out a yell of enthusiasm after getting that wonderful diving dig, leaping forward almost like a diver from the swim team, the way she arched her body to get more distance and keep her arms out in front of her.
Jess Merzick serves. Now kill attempt there was Molly Johnson, gets it right down on Hannah Grant, and Michigan State stops that run.
Despite losing the point, it's still all smiles from the Wolverines. Jones and Grant laughing and joking around.
And I think they know that they have control over this game. They just need to play well.
They certainly have the talent, you were saying.
Emma Monk serves. Jess Merzick, Scotty Johnson. Over to Prodowski. Blocked right back down on Michigan's side. Point Michigan State, 14-16. They trail.
It's a very close game. Lots of fascinating things here. Almost on the edge of our seats.
Yep, Michigan State is making this game exciting. Emma Monk serves. Now Scotty Johnson over there to May Prodowski. Blocked again, but the ball
this time out of bounds.
bounds.
Yeah. Another block error for the Spartans. That left side for them, our right side, because we are facing the same way the Wolverines are facing. So that right side of the field is something I think the Wolverines are going to attack more of, seeing how the blocks aren't going the ways that they need them to out for the Wolverines.
Hannah Grant serves. It was handled by Sarah Franklin, who got it to Nia Cross, and Nia Cross got it back to Sarah Franklin. And Michigan State got the kill down, or excuse me, block out of bounds by Michigan. And 15-17, they trail by 2 again.
May Prodowski got up there sideways. You never want to do that. You always want to be square with the ball. Bounced off the side of her arm and went out of bounds.
Grace Danziger, Scotty Johnson. May Prodowski off the tape, back on the Michigan side. Scotty Johnson now, Jess Merzick, right down the middle, right at Lauren Gibbs. Beautiful play to get the ball back up. Sarah Franklin kind of taps on over, and now Jackie Bonney got a kill there. And beautiful play by Scotty Johnson diving to the floor to get the ball back up in the air. Paige Jones now off speed. Talia Edmonds dives again. And there is Grace Danziger. And looks like a net
I think it was a forward touch.
Or a forward touch.
It's a forward touch.
Forward touch action by Michigan State. Not allowed in a 3-touch game.
Yeah, no, that's true. Unforced error there. They lost count of how many times they'd hit the ball. And it's a shame because of how well they were playing that volley. The fans were on their side. They were making diving dig after diving dig, keeping it alive. And an unforced error on a serve.
Yeah. Does May Prodowski ball out of bounds. And Kendall Murray comes in for the first time for Michigan.
That's Prodowski's 62nd error on the service this year. And she'll sub out, coming in, defensive specialist. Pardon me, that's actually a position, so I can't call her defensive specialist. A player who plays more on the defensive side of the ball. Number 27, Kendall Murray.
Sarah Franklin serves. Hannah Grant. Scotty Johnson. There is Jackie Bonney down the line. Beautiful play by her. Just kind of eking through the Michigan State defense, 19-16.
Kendall Murray still in. Wolverines have the ball. Jones will be serving.
Paige Jones to serve now. Serves it on over. Sarah Franklin up in the air for Celia Cullens. And Sarah Franklin tries to get the ball back on over. Kendall Murray gets the ball back up in the air, and it's knocked right back down as Biava Kamangeli. And it is now 19-17. Michigan leads.
That was the first time Jones had served today. Pardon me, that's not correct.
Jones has
Earlier,
twice,
she
yes.
also had an attempt. She has never won a point while serving this game so far.
Oh.
But doesn't matter because she comes in from the back line with a kill straight down the middle, down the throat of the Michigan State offense. And that's a point for her.
Yeah, great play, though, by Michigan to set up Paige Jones for that kill. And in comes SS Brooke Humphrey for her second voyage. Brooke
Humphrey in the middle. Wolverines lining up on the right side of the field.
Brooke Humphrey standing serve. Curls it on over. And that's Sarah Franklin. Blocked there is Scotty Johnson, blocked out of bounds. Point Michigan State, 18-20.
You can tell it's not where Johnson wants to place it. She turned around thinking that she had it tipped up and going back for Paige Jones. Instead, she got a little too low on her hands, too strong on the heel of the hand, where the blocks will go back forward instead of up on the top where you want to tip it back.
Yeah. Julie Bishop serves. Jess Merzick puts it up in the air. Scotty Johnson back to Jess Merzick, and now she goes cross-court. Lauren Gibbs. And Lauren Gibbs gets the ball. Sarah Franklin tries going cross-court. Kendall Murray up in the air. The ball flies around the umpire, and Scotty Johnson tried running back to get it, and she couldn't get there. Point Michigan State. They're within one.
Something you gotta love about volleyball is how it's all about the mechanics of the human body. It's about where you hit the ball on your hand. It's about where on the forearm you hit it, how you dive. It's a wonderful game.
Julie Bishop serves. Kendall Murray puts the ball up for Scotty Johnson. Now over to Jess Merzick on the left side. Julie Bishop gets the ball back up in the air. Lauren Gibbs now. And that's Kiava Gavangeli off speed right over the blocks. Blocking attempt of Jess Robinson and Scotty Johnson. And we are all knotted up here at 2020.
Robinson coming on for her first action of the day. Amber Beals, the 5'2" defensive specialist. Wolverines want to win this point after losing the next past couple. 20-20 is the score.
Amber Beals handles. Now Jess Robinson going cross court finds the floor. Point Michigan 21.
And now that the Wolverines have won the point, Beals coming right back off.
Yep.
Going on is Pertovsky.
Beals did what she needs to do.
At 5'2", the only player that's below 5'9" on the team, shortest by a country mile, and a strong defensive specialist despite her size.
Scotty Johnson, the lefty, serves on over. Sarah Franklin puts the ball up for Julia Bishop, who sets up Biamba Cavangeli, and Mae Pertovsky couldn't handle that kill. Point Michigan State, 21-21. Each team 4 points away.
Another player for the Wolverines who serves aren't showing up today the way they usually are. Scotty Johnson and Paige Jones both have not won a point that they've served so far.
Paige Jones puts the ball up after a Biamba Cavangeli serve. And now Mae Pertovsky goes down right through the heart of the Michigan State defense, right on the floor. 22-21.
You have to love the opposite hits that she's able to put down, able to go from the left side of the court to the right side and the right side of the court to the left. She's a strong player, both sides, dangerous from any angle. She can go down the line, she can go cross. She looks for every kill she can.
Jess Merzick serves. Sarah Franklin bumps it up to Julia Bishop. And now there is Molly Johnson trying to get a block back right back down. And Molly Johnson goes off speed, puts the ball back up in the air and on the Michigan side. Jess Robinson now goes for her own kill, and it is put up by Sarah Franklin. Sarah Franklin gets the ball over to Michigan side. Scotty Johnson now over to Mae Pertovsky going right to left. And Michigan State bumped it up, but no one was there to receive it. Ball lands on the floor, unforced error, 23-21.
Michigan State calls a timeout. Wolverines 2 points away from winning this set. And Spartans need the next 4 if they're going to win this without going to extra points.
Yeah. Really good play by Michigan State to stay within this match. They're only 4 and 13, I believe, in Big Ten play.
Sounds right to me.
So they definitely want to get these Big Ten wins.
They are 4 and 13 in Big Ten play. But the thing is, a lot of these games have been close. They've had wins against, well, they had a win against Iowa, which is a quality opponent. Pardon me, never mind. Iowa and Rutgers are the 2 teams worse than Michigan State. But they beat Purdue, who are in the top 10 nationally, top 3 of the Big Ten in Purdue. Purdue doesn't have many losses. They've only got 4 conference losses. And those losses, most of them have been on the road. They lost to Illinois and Michigan State at home. Players retake the court. 10 seconds left in the timeout. Wolverines led in kills by Pertovsky. She's got 4 to her name. Also, having plenty of kills is number 14, Jess Robinson with 3, Jess Merzick with 3, Paige Jones with 3, Jackie Bonney with 3. Wolverines have a lot of players who can really spike it down on you.
Jess Merzick serves, handled by Sarah Franklin. Up there is Julie Bishop. Over to Sarah Franklin again. Net violation called
against the Wolverines.
On number...
No, I lied. I thought the referee pointed towards the Michigan State side, giving them points, but apparently not. The Wolverines were the ones that come out of there with the points. They are now 1 point away. Nope.
Scoring error, scoreboard error.
All right, I was right.
Yeah, we were right here.
It's 23-22 in favor of the maize and blue.
Here's Emma Monks to serve. 6'4" junior. Jess Merzick up in the air is Scotty Johnson. Paige Jones.
Strong kill cross court all the way to the back line.
Beautiful kill.
And now coming out is Robinson. Moving in is number 17 for the Wolverines, Jackie Bonney. Wolverines putting all their offensive powerhouses out on the field right now, wanting to win this last point, put the set away.
Grant serves, Talia Edmond. Oh, beautiful play by Julia Bishop. What a sneaky play. Instead of setting the ball up in the air, Julie Bishop just kind of taps it on over. Beautiful play by the Spartans. They're within 1, 23-24, they trail.
Went just over the hands of Bonney and fell into the dead zone, the no man's land, as you like to call it, of the court.
Yeah, and here's Grace Danziger.
Wolverines lined up to the left side.
She serves on over. Hannah Grant up there is Scotty Johnson. Kill attempt is Paige Jones. And there's Lauren Gibbs. Oh, there's Celia Cullens off speed. Beautiful dive there by Scotty Johnson. Get the ball up, and Jess Merzick kind of daps on over. Talia Edmonds too far on the bump. And beautiful play by Jackie Bonney.
On the back line, that'll be the 25th point of the set for the Wolverines. First set goes to the maize and blue.
What a way to win that first set. Off of a misplay by Talia Edmonds. Jackie Bonney right at the front of the net just bumps it with her hand and her palm, and she was able to get in the back line right on that line. And Michigan wins that first set 25-23. Really close first set.
It's as close as it can be, within 2 points. And the real story of the day so far is how the Wolverines have so many players that are able to put it down on you. They have 5 different players with 3 kills or more. Their offense is a Swiss Army knife of weapons. You're not able to predict who's going to go up against you. If Scotty Johnson is in the middle and she sets the ball, and you have a player on the left like Paige Jones and a player on the right like May Pertovsky coming up, going for it, you don't know which one she's going to set to until it comes off the fingertips of Scotty Johnson. And that leaves your defense in a very vulnerable position because you have to play the entire court. You can't focus on one side and say, all right, if it goes down the line, it's going to be here, and if it goes cross court, it's going to be here. You have to cover everything. And when you only have 6 players, that spreads your defense very, very thin.
Yeah, absolutely. Looking at some stats on the Michigan State side, we have Biamba Kamangeli and Sarah Franklin with both 5 kills, most of the match for either team. We have Molly Johnson with 3 kills. Sarah Franklin also has 4 errors, though. And Nia Cross has 3 blocks at the net.
Sarah Franklin's 4 errors are more than are the same amount as the entire Michigan team. Kabengele really coming into her own. She's taken on a much more aggressive role these past couple games for the Spartans, showing her powers. And we will take a short 1-minute break. We'll be right back with you. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Jenison Arena, or Jenison Field House, excuse me. It's not an arena, it's a field house.
No, it's definitely a field house.
Oh, this is a
and I
field
say
house.
that in the nicest way possible. It's a beautiful, historic building.
But it's a
Just
field
like
house.
Cliff Keen, it does not have air conditioning.
Oh, yeah, I just realized that.
I'm sorry to be the one to burst the bubble for you this time.
Oh my
A little bit of
God.
revenge I have on you there. They have neon signs that say no smoking, which just shows how old it is that they used to smoke indoors. It's a nice place, though.
Michigan State starts off this set. Talia Edmonds. Paige Jones' kill attempt is dug out there by Lauren Gibbs, and Michigan has another chance. Jess Merzick now. Great dig there by Celia Cullens. Talia Edmonds puts it up to Sarah Franklin, who just bumps it on over. Scotty Johnson up there's Hannah Grant. Now Paige Jones, another chance. Blocked down on them is Molly Johnson and Emma Monks, both 6'4". Molly Johnson, the Ann Arborite on the Michigan State side.
That was a very long first set, almost 35 minutes.
Yeah, quite a long first set. Jess Merzick now gets the ball off a service by Talia Edmonds, and the ball lands inside.
Landed out, they're saying it was tipped by the Spartans.
Oh. Well then, tipped there by the Spartans. And Kathy George, the 17th season head coach of Michigan State, is deciding whether she wants to challenge the call. She says yes.
She says yes, she will challenge it. Video review by the Spartans for a tip.
She's not very happy that she had to challenge that.
We'll find out. There is
Where
a
are the
video
cameras
board
even?
right behind us.
Oh, it's a
So we're going to take a look. And they're not showing the replay, so never mind. Fun fact, there are supposedly only 4 claps in the Friends theme instead of the usual 5 that people do.
It
So-
doesn't make sense to me.
It's one of those, the Mandela effects. You know?
Yeah. I actually remember that solely because remember that game HQ Trivia?
Yes. Yes.
So I was playing that one time, and it was a Friends edition. And I've watched Friends 10 times.
I mean,
The
your
entire
laptop
season.
sticker
Yes.
has the Friends.
Yes.
All 6 Friends.
Yes. So I was stunned that the answer for that question, which was like question 9 out of 12, was 4, not 5.
I think
so
it's also
mad.
something I found out during a trivia night. And I never forgot it.
I was so mad. But, you know, as I've won that game once. We won $100 from it. It was early on when no one really played it.
Solid.
Yeah, it was actually really fun. Anyways, we're in this review.
Volleyball is
I
the
have no
sport we're
idea
playing.
where the cameras even are. In this
There's one right here, right where we are. And there is another one up on the right side of the net.
That one's going to the officials?
Yeah.
Oh. That one looks like a video camera.
Yeah. It's not a well, at least from our point of view, it's not a very well videoed thing. There's another camera down field level, making a total of 3. That appears to be it. I remember, speaking of trivia, back in the day, I used to love the show Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. On ABC. And I was United States champion of Quiz Up, if you remember the trivia game Quiz Up.
Oh, yeah.
In the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. category, 2-month running. United
Wow.
States champion. I played every day on the bus ride to and from school. Thank you for sticking with us as we talk about literally
stuff.
anything.
Random stuff.
Waiting for the Wolverines and Spartans to resume play here after the review. And it appears it'll go the other way. The Spartans did not tip the ball. It is 2-0 early in the second set.
So here we are.
Wolverines still all smiles on the bench. Spartans DJ playing Pump It Up, one of the Wolverines' favorite songs across all sports. Dancing was Jackie Bonney on the bench.
Talia Edmonds serves. Jess Merzick misplay there, but Maeve Trosky gets the ball back into play. and Jess Merzick just kind of runs it on over. There's Celia Cullens now. Molly Johnson, Michigan handles it. Hannah Grant over to Mae Petrovsky, and Talia Edmonds handles it. And now Sarah Franklin goes for her own kill, and Jess Merzick up in the air for Scotty Johnson. Jess Robinson kind of like lays it on over, and Celia Cullens gets the ball back up in the air. Sarah Franklin goes another chance. Tipped there by Scotty Johnson, and she gets the ball on over, and Michigan gets the ball back on the Michigan State side, Paige Jones. Now, there's a kill attempt there by Emma Monks. Beautiful play there. They get the ball right in the corner of the Michigan side, 3-0.
That whole time, the Spartans had the Wolverines on the back foot.
Yeah.
Dive after dive after dive the Wolverines had to do in order to keep things up in the air. Fortunately, all those dives kept them out of position long enough for the Spartans to kill it down the line.
There is a kill attempt there. Was made for Tosky off of Talia Edmonds' serve. Blocked right back down on them was Michigan State, and Michigan couldn't handle it right away. Point. Michigan State, 4-0.
And just like last set, Spartans get out to an early, quick lead. 4-0 is the score.
There's now Paige Jones with an off-speed tap on over, and Michigan wins their first point of the second set.
Couple substitutions. Robinson coming out. Moving in is Bonnie. Yeah, I'm always very curious what those service numbers are when the Wolverines are serving, what the signals are. Strong kill down the across side, going opposite from left to right for the Spartans. That goes strongly out of bounds towards the direction of the Wolverines bench. Now 4-2 is the score.
Yeah, Sarah Franklin just misread that. Hannah Grant now serves on over. Ball hits the tape. Talia Edmonds puts it up in the air for Emma Monks, and she's tipped there at the net. Michigan is able to corral it. And now Paige Jones, what a block by Emma Monks. She was ready for that. 5-2 Spartans lead. I mean, that was crazy. The block with one hand.
Strong block by Emma Monks. Able to get all the way up there, play it off of her forearms. We've also been visited today by the Michigan State Spartan, wearing his mask like usual.
Emma Monks serves. Ball sails out. Hannah Grant.
Risky call from Hannah Grant.
Yeah.
That ball was barely out. She was able to read it, call it out, not touch it, keep everyone else away. Good control of the back line by Hannah Grant.
Now 5-3. Michigan leads.
Serving for Tosky.
Lauren Gibbs, Sarah Franklin. Molly Johnson, handled by Jess Merzick.
Strong
Scotty
dig.
Johnson up in the air for Paige Jones, blocked there at the net and back on the Michigan State side. There's Paige Jones going for a kill right off a misplay by Michigan State, and Michigan 5-4. Very similar to the first set where Michigan State raced out to an early lead and Michigan took a little bit of time to control
They're clawing
themselves.
it right back.
Yep, but here they are right back in this.
Bad play by the Spartans, putting it back over the net before you have all three of your touches. Jones able to come up, get her 6th kill of the day, send it down the Michigan State line.
Krasovsky serves way long, and point Spartan 6-4.
Couple of fans on the back end had to do a little bit of a dodge to get out of the way of that serve. Coming out is Pertovsky. Going in is number 27, Kendall Murray, sophomore from Ann Arbor, Michigan.
Grace Danziger serves. Kendall Murray handles. Up there is Scotty Johnson. Back over to Jackie Bonney. And Lauren Gibbs races to get the ball back in the air. Celia Cullens. And now there's Sarah Franklin. Scotty Johnson over to Jess Merzick. Ball rolls on the tape. It was tipped by a Michigan State player, and ball rolls out of bounds. 6-5, Michigan trails.
Well, stay tuned for the break between the probably second or third and fourth sets. We'll be doing Hometown Heroes.
Oh, yes. Paige Jones serves. Talia Edmonds. Celia Cullens. There is Nia Cross with her first kill attempt of the day, and it lands inbounds. Actually, second of the day. And she gets a good play there for the Spartans, 7-5.
Paige Jones dove for it, coming all the way down the sideline from right to, baseline from right to left. Tipped off of her hands, just not able to get there in time.
Here is Sarah Franklin serves. Ball spirals down onto Hannah Grant. Scotty Johnson corrals it. Jackie Bonnie goes for the kill. Blocked there at the net was Nia Cross and Biama Kamangeli.
Scotty Johnson wasn't able to corral the dig. Another instance of the Spartans and teams across the Big Ten knowing that Scotty Johnson's the setter, knowing the offense flows through her, 9.6 assists per set. If you're able to kill it down towards her, you're in good shape.
There's Sarah Franklin, and she serves, and Paige Jones with her patented strong kill from the back line.
Today I learned that the scorers tables are on wheels so that when players try to get the ball and crash into them, they don't hurt themselves.
That's smart. Well, it should be like that in every sport, but not basketball, of course.
No.
Because why would you want to make it nice for your players?
No. then you don't have players jumping up on the tables to try to keep balls in bounds.
Yeah. SS Brooke Humphrey on for her third trophy of the day. Here is Celia Collins over to Gavangeli, and it's handled by Brooke Humphrey, and Jess Worthy tries going to the scorer's table, the aforementioned scorer's table, and the ball goes too far for her to handle.
Spartans now lead 9-6. Lot better showing from them this second set. Coming out is Humphrey. Going in is Bonnie. Bonnie coming out. Going in for the Wolverines, number 5, Jess Merzick.
Here comes Lauren Gibbs, the libero, wearing black for the Spartans. Hannah Grant, the other libero, wearing yellow. Now
Maze.
Paige Jones, yellow.
Mate.
Paige Jones now serves, or sorry, Paige Jones now kills, and she gets the ball down. Point Michigan, 7-9, they trail.
You know, it's interesting that the alma mater of the Wolverines is the yellow and blue.
Yes, as it should be. Not Maze, like some pretentious person.
Maze is a very pretentious color, you are correct.
Here's Scotty Johnson, lefty serving from the right side. Right over to Sarah Franklin, Celia Collins, Emma Monks. Scotty Johnson digs it up. Hannah Grant sets up to Jess Merzick, and she finds the hardwood on the Michigan State side. 8-9, Michigan.
Wolverines clawing it back as they've done so many times this game. Find themselves at a 3 or 4 point disadvantage and just win a couple in a row. Scotty Johnson still serving.
There are some fans way out there. I don't know how they're seeing. Scotty Johnson serves it on over, and now here's Biama Kamangeli. Blocked there at the net was Michigan, but out of bounds. Point Michigan State, 10-8. Yeah, look at them. They're so far away. How do you see from over there?
I mean, I'm sure they will seem plenty fine, although the people, the bleachers in the back on the Michigan State side will block the view of the far back section, the entrance area of the upper bowl. So everything is as packed as it can be right now in the Jenison Field House. Full crowd tonight.
Julie Bishop served on over, and Scotty Johnson was able to pass it on to Paige Jones, who put a little bit of a spin on her kill. Ball rolled inbounds, and point Michigan. Michigan now trails 10-9.
Jess Merzick, by the way, 5 kills on 12 attempts.
Jess Merzick serves. Now Emma Monks misplayed that kill attempt there and tied. Here we are, tied at 10.
Perhaps that was blocked by Jess Robinson. I couldn't quite tell. We're at a very bad angle for that one, yeah. The official call is, I don't know, we're waiting for the official stat line. We'll let you know when we find out.
Jess Merzick serves on over. Sarah Franklin up to Julie Bishop. Now Biama Kamangeli going down the line, hits the umpire, and ball goes out of bounds.
Interestingly enough, that was called a kill by Jess Robinson.
Oh.
I didn't see that at all, but
I didn't see that either.
What do I know? That is Robinson's 4th kill of the day. This last point was an attack error by Biamba Kabengele.
Jess Merzick serves and sails out of bounds. Service error. First one of the day, I believe.
First service error for the Wolverines. That would be
Oh no, for Jess Merzick, I believe May Petrovsky has another service error where the ball sailed long, really long.
Oh yeah, that was, yes,
Yeah.
I do remember that, yes.
Kabengele serves and right into the tape. Point Michigan.
It appears service errors. There was the one for May Petrovsky earlier, yeah. And now the one for Jess Merzick.
Here is Hannah Grant.
Also, a second one for May Petrovsky as well. So, 3 on the day for the Wolverines.
Hannah Grant serves, ball hits the floor, service, ace.
That fell short. That was a beautiful serve. Not as much speed on it as the Spartans were thinking, and it just fell right, dropping down to the middle of the court. And there we are, a timeout called by Michigan State as the Wolverines come to a 2-point lead, 13-11 here in the second set. Michigan State cheerleaders take the field. If you're liking what you're hearing, you can tune in to the Daily Sports Report Monday through Thursday, 6 to 6:30. If you're in the Ann Arbor area, you can tune your FM dials to 88.3. And if you're elsewhere, you can go to WCBN.org and hit listen in browser on all desktop and mobile devices. We also at WCBN call almost every home game for team sports. Men's soccer is over, field hockey is over, NCAA women's soccer. The Wolverines are in the Sweet 16 playing right now as we speak. Looking for a score update for you there. It is 2-0. Oh, that was a voice crack and a half, wasn't that? 2-0 Wolverines.
Wow.
In the Elite 8. Nope, Sweet 16. Very much Sweet 16.
Would you look at that, though? Where would the Elite 8 be?
Huh?
Where would the Elite 8 be?
That's a really good question. I don't think it'll be at Michigan. Women's College Cup of Soccer. That will be out in Santa Clara, California for the Final Four.
Let's look at the quarterfinals.
The quarterfinals are going to be...
You had it on that page. Go back.
Florida State, if Florida State wins. It's at the home team.
Oh, Florida State. That's far.
Wolverines win a point as we're talking soccer there. Blocked up at the top by Jackie Bonney. Wolverines extend their lead to 3 now.
Yep, Hannah Grant, I believe that's 4 straight points for the Wolverines. 3 straight points for the Wolverines, excuse me. Hannah Grant now serving. Sarah Franklin bumps it up to Julia Bishop, who gets it over to Sarah Franklin again, and Jess Merzick is able to handle it. Scotty Johnson passes up for Jackie Bonney, blocked back down. Paige Jones gets it up for Hannah Grant. Now Paige Jones again, and Lauren Gibbs gets the ball up to Julia Bishop. And here comes Sarah Franklin, and Michigan's able to corral it and reset. Paige Jones now kills, and that's a lot of pinball action on the Michigan State side. Ball ends up falling to the floor, 15-11.
You can't ever tell me that there's any quit in this Michigan State team. Both Talia Edmonds and it appears to be Julia Bishop diving out for it, playing it in the air. But came down. The Wolverines are up. I can't tell you quite what the announcer said. Something. Oh, Celia Cullen coming in for the Spartans. That's what that was.
There is Hannah Grant, Talia Edmonds, and there's Sarah Franklin kind of off-lane, off-speed. Scotty Johnson over there. Paige Jones blocked to the net with Emma Monks and Molly Johnson. Point Michigan State, 12-15. Serving for the Spartans is Emma Monks. Tall frame, 6'4", middle blocker. She serves. Jess Merzick bumps it up to Scotty Johnson. There's Jess Merzick coming to the back line. Blocked by Nia Cross right on the Michigan State side. Point Michigan 16-12.
Wolverines taking a commanding lead during this set, but we have seen more than capable of coming back are the Spartans. Lauren Gibbs coming in for MSU now.
Pertosky serves. And
another service error going deep. That's her 3rd of the day. Something is certainly up with her serves. We're taking a look at her service stats.
Although she doesn't
Pertosky has ace. 1 ace and now 4 service errors on the, 3 service errors on the day. That is far more than her usual rates that she's going at.
There's a play there at the net with Jess Merzick. She gets the ball down. Point Michigan 17-13.
Wolverines back up to a 4-point lead. They are now 8 points away from putting away the second set. Jess Merzick, another kill. She's up to 7. Paige Jones on 10 of the day. Merzick, a perfect 7 with zero errors.
Paige Jones is a server. Sarah Franklin just kind of taps the ball back on over. And Sarah Franklin gets another chance. Hannah Grant dives to get the ball, puts it up for Jess Merzick. Blocked right back down on Michigan is Nia Cross. Point Michigan State.
Strong dig there by Hannah Grant. Unfortunately, the rest of the play didn't go the Wolverines' way, but the story of the game so far is Wolverines just barely outplaying the Spartans, able to sneak away with a couple extra points here or there.
There's Sarah Franklin. Up there is Kendall Murray. And Hannah Grant over to Jess Merzick, and Michigan State able to handle it. Hannah Grant dives to get a little bit of a stop in action from Michigan's side. They couldn't decide who they wanted to get it. And Spartans are within 2, 15-17.
Another miscommunication by the Wolverines, especially in the back left side of the field, leading towards another point for the Spartans. Spartans now claw their way to within 2. 17-15 is the score.
Sarah Franklin serves. There's Hannah Grant receiving. And Paige Jones goes for a kill. Beautiful play by the Spartans.
They're going to call it a carry on the Spartans.
Carry.
It's a very technical thing. The difference between a set, a bump, and a carry, very slight, especially on the bump. If you use your hands more than you use your forearms, they're going to call that a carry. So.
Oh, and the official is stepping down from the podium to talk to a Michigan State player.
Can't tell which one that is. I
believe that's Celia Cullen.
That is number 2. Cullen, yep.
And Michigan State did not get the explanation they wanted.
Cullen not happy with that call.
But
it'll be Michigan ball anyways.
It's water under the bridge at this point. 18-15, Michigan leads. Serving specialist for Humphrey comes in. Celia Cullen over there to Biamba. And blocked at the net there was Scotty Johnson, but ball all goes out of bounds. Point Michigan State, 16-18.
Humphrey coming out. Grant back in. And Merzick coming in for Jackie Bonney. Bonney sitting down, talking with the coach. She does that a lot. Lots of constant communication between the coaching staff and the Wolverines.
There's Jess Merzick going down the line. And Sarah Franklin took all that she could handle. Ball sails into the fans.
Strong attempted dig, but that's a souvenir for players, for fans in the reserved seating.
They probably have to give it back.
Oh, yeah, no, for sure.
Scotty Johnson now.
The souvenir's the memory.
True. Scotty Johnson serves. Right into the tape. Service error. Easy point there for the Spartans, 17-19.
Jones and Johnson, both players who can usually serve, struggling today in the hostile environment of Jenison Field House.
It is very hostile in here. I'm feeling the hostility. It's just hot.
It's very
Celia
warm.
Cullen serves. Jess Merzick over there to Scotty Johnson. Paige Jones off speed. Off a tip of the net there was Michigan State. And ball lands on their own side. Point Michigan. Luke Walton was just fired for being the Kings head coach. Here's Jess Merzick. They serve. There's Michigan State getting the ball right back down on Michigan's side was Biamba. Beautiful play there by her, right at the foot of Jess Merzick. And they're keeping it close. They're keeping it within striking distance, 18-20.
Wolverines still maintaining that small lead.
Biamba serves. Hannah Grant, Scotty Johnson, Jess Merzick, and then there's Lauren Gibbs to receive. There's Biamba coming in from the end line. Beautiful play there by Scotty Johnson. Get the ball back up, and Jess Merzick has to bump it on over. High bump there. Lauren Gibbs settles. There is Celia Cullen. Sarah Franklin right into the net. There was her kill. Miss hit there by Sarah Franklin. And point Michigan, 21-18.
Franklin finds herself back into the negatives in terms of attacking percentage. Her 6th error to her 5th kill. pretty middling percentage there for her.
There's Hannah Grant. She serves on over Talia Edmonds. Up there for Emma Monks. Beautiful play there. Just kind of off-speed kill.
Wolverines still up by 2. They'll be more than happy to trade points back and forth, as winning by 2 is all you need to do. This set moving much faster than the last.
Here's Emma Monks. Jess Merzick. There's Scotty Johnson, and a little bit of a tip on over to Jackie Bonney. Michigan State handles it. Talia Evans over to Sarah Franklin, right between the duo blockers of Jackie Bonney and May Pertofsky. Beautiful play there by Sarah Franklin, and Michigan State's within 1, 20-21.
When you go up for a partner block like that, you have to balance the 2 aspects. 1, you want to get close together as possible for a strong wall, and 2, you want to spread out a little bit so that you can spread it to cover as much area of the net as possible. This time, it just goes between the 2 elbows of the players.
Yep, and Paige Jones with her own off speed.
And they're going to call a double touch.
Double touch
On one of the Spartans, and we do apologize for any profanity you may be hearing from the MSU fans behind us. We are put in right in the middle of the fans. Certainly an interesting place to be.
Yep, well, makes it more lively out here.
Oh, it certainly does.
Here's Kendall Murray now serving on the left side. Serves on over right at the service ace, for Kendall Murray. Beautiful play there by Kendall Murray. The ball kind of died in the air.
Michigan State needs a timeout. They are trying to get the Wolverines to not score another 2 points before the Spartans can score 4. A very similar situation to how it was earlier today. First set ended as close as it can, 25-23 without going into extra points. We'll see what happens now. And a very large cardboard cutout of number 11 for the Spartans. Never mind, it's just cardboard cutout number 11. I don't know who the player is. The numbers don't match the player numbers because there is no number 11 on the Spartans volleyball team. It's lively. It's very lively here.
It is very lively.
Especially coming from Cliff Keen Arena. I mean, not to say that the Wolverines fans need to step up, but I mean, I haven't seen them during a rivalry game. It was a sellout during the pink game against Penn State, but it's a very, very exciting and electric environment
for sure
here for the Wolverines to come into. Plenty of maize and blue in the stands, though.
Which is pretty exciting. Little specks of yellow.
Yeah.
Within the maybe drab green.
The Michigan Spartan has appeared to left off to other things. Very busy. Oh, no, he's there. He's still there. He's still there.
Here's Kendall Murray serving again. Sarah Franklin receives. There is Celia Cullen. Off speed there was Nia Cross. Michigan's able to handle it. Jess Merzick. Oh, beautiful play there by Jess Merzick. Ball lands in bounds. Beautifully placed ball. And Michigan's within 1 point of taking this set number 2.
That ball fell. Ooh, what the heck was that noise? That ball fell into the tack line. Just on the right side. Unable to get to it was number 17, Nia Gross.
Kendall Murray serves. Sarah Franklin handles. Celia Cullen back to Sarah Franklin. Tip there was Michigan, and Jackie Bonney up for Paige Jones. And there's Lauren Gibbs able to receive it. There's Celia Cullen over there. Sarah Franklin blocked there at the net was Michigan, but now Celia Cullen gets back up to Sarah Franklin. She is going down the line. Ball goes out of bounds. Point Michigan. Set 2 number Michigan.
Ball went down the line. Another error for Sarah Franklin. She now has 6 kills, 7 errors on the day. And at the end of 2, Wolverines take the second set. Paige Jones with 11 kills, 5 errors. Jess Merzick finally acquiring her first error of the day. 9 kills to 1 error. Jess Robinson, 4 kills to 1 error. She kills over 50% of her total attempts, although that 1 error puts her hitting percentage at .429. May Pertofsky, 4 kills, 3 errors. Jackie Bonney, 3 kills, 1 error. And Scotty Johnson, 25 assists, assisting on half of the points that the Wolverines have gotten today. The only other player with any assists, Hannah Grant, with 4. Over on the green side, we have Sarah Franklin and Celia Cullen, both in the negatives in terms of hitting percentages. 9 kills and 1 error for Biamba Cabangeli. Sarah Monks, 4 kills on 8 attempts. And as the helmet shuffle comes up on the screen, we will be back with you shortly. Or Hometown Heroes. Up to you, Nabeel.
Yes, we will. In 2 minutes.
In 2 minutes, we'll be back.
Welcome back into Jenison Field House. And here we are, Hometown Heroes. This is so exciting.
Do you want to start with the Wolverines or the Spartans?
Spartans.
Okay.
Ending with the better ones.
Okay. We've got a couple of Michigan players. Talia Edmonds out of Kalamazoo, playing for Kalamazoo Central. Celia Cullen out of Brighton, Michigan. Grace Danziger, a hometown hero. As the title implies, East Lansing, Michigan is her hometown. Also Michigan, Lake Odessa is the hometown of Aubrey O'Gorman. Mount Morris, Michigan, Lauren Gibbs' hometown. Coopersville, Michigan is where Abby Olin hails from. A traitor to the cause, Ann Arbor, Michigan is the hometown of Molly Johnson, the senior. And Bath, Michigan is where Rebecca Poljan is from.
Bath, Michigan.
Bath, Michigan, yes. And Dearborn, another U of M school location, is the native of Julia Bishop. If you're looking for other places that players have been outside of the U.S., Cecily Max Brown coming out of Surrey, British Columbia. Her fellow Canadian, Biamba Cabangeli out of Burlington, Ontario. Chicago, Illinois is where Leah Moore is from, although Louisville, Kentucky is home to Emma Monks. Florida, Lake Worth, Florida, Sarah Franklin's hometown. Nia Gross from New Orleans, Louisiana. And Pittstown, New Jersey is where Eleanor Stothoff is from. Pittstown, New Jersey. Pittstown, New Jersey is not at all near the city. That's honestly closer to Allentown, Pennsylvania and Quakertown, Pennsylvania than it is to New York City. Shall we go to the Wolverines?
Yes. Let's hit our...
What page are you on? There you are.
Let's hit our Michigan table. We got Maddie Dowd from Clarkson, Abby Malinowski from Clarkson, Hannah Grant from Northville, Michigan. Let's go. Hannah Grant used to play for the Spartans in her first year as a freshman. She transferred over to Michigan because Michigan's a better school, maybe. I'm not sure. There's Troy, Michigan, Jess Robinson. Ann Arbor is Kendall Murray, the hometown hero. And we have Jenny Liu from Berlin, Germany. She went to Lee Strung Sports from high school. I know that because I've said it so many times now.
I love German high school names, I'm not going to lie. Brings me such joy.
Some fantastic hometown heroes on both teams. Honestly, way more Michigan players on Michigan State than there are on Michigan's team.
That's true. Trying to see if there are any other internationals for the Wolverines, and the answer appears to be no. Wolverines having Jones, Bertofsky, Robinson, Grant, Johnson, and serving Jess Merzick. They have the ball first.
Here's Jess Merzick serving on the left side. She serves it on over, handled by Sarah Franklin. Up in the air is Celia Cullen back over to Sarah Franklin, and Sarah Franklin finds the hardwood on Michigan's side. So what does Michigan State need to do to try to get back in this game?
Michigan State has shown that they can block and they can aim. They need to do that with more regularity. They have the potential to get Michigan on the back foot time and time again, but they're not capitalizing on all the opportunities. They're making too many unforced errors, specifically Sarah Franklin.
Now as play resumes, Jess Robinson gets a kill there, and we're tied up at 1. So what does Michigan need to stick with to keep them on this path to win in 3 sets?
Michigan never says die. No matter how out of reach a point appears to be, they die for it. They fight for it. Scotty Johnson and Paige Jones, not afraid to lay out for as many points as they can get. And the more you claw back, if you win just 50% of those points that you're on the back foot, you're going to end up winning the set more often than not. And also, the thing I always say, you got to put it through Scotty Johnson. Her setting capabilities are unparalleled to any player that I have seen so far for any team. I'm not saying she's the best. I'm saying she's the best I've seen.
And she has 27 assists on the day. Next closest is Celia Cullen with 14 on Michigan State's side. Now, on that last possession, Scotty Johnson put it up for Paige Jones, and she got another kill. It's her 12th of the day. She's playing really well this afternoon. And this very long point that is currently going on has Biamba coming in from the left side on Michigan's side, and she hits the tape with her kill. Point Michigan, 3-1 early lead here in the third set.
Last time the Wolverines played the Spartans, Scotty Johnson had 42 assists on the day, and that came in 4 sets. She's on track to beat that now in just 3.
Yeah, service ace there from Hannah Grant. Here we go, 4 points early for the Wolverines to 1 point on Michigan State's side.
Hannah Grant, an underrated server, more aces than errors. 25 aces on the season, 20 errors, and a serve ace per set count of .27.
And Michigan State is able to get this ball back over this time. Now May Petrovsky now kills, and there's Biamba coming going off speed, diving in is Scotty Johnson. She gets the ball back on over to Michigan State's side. Sarah Franklin blocked the net there was Paige Jones, but there's a kill attempt there by Jess Merzick, and Michigan State is able to handle it. Jackie Bonney up there for Scotty Johnson, who just kind of taps on over to May Petrovsky, and Michigan's able to get back on Michigan's side. Now here's Paige Jones going for her own try, and Michigan State blocks it again. Here's Scotty Johnson up for Paige Jones, and then blocked it again by Biamba Kamigeli. And up there for Biamba there, block tip there at the net was May Petrovsky. Now Scotty Johnson up to Jackie Bonney. Long point here, and Michigan State collects and just kind of bumps it back on over Michigan's side. Scotty Johnson up for May Petrovsky. Long on out there, out street stretches Lauren Gibbs, and Michigan State gets the ball back on over. Kamigeli blocked there at the net was Jackie Bonney. Long point there by Michigan, and Michigan wins at 5-1.
There are points like that where they go for a minute at a time, where whichever team wins it, it's a great boost. You stayed in it, you fought for it. You did what I said at the beginning of the third set, which is you kept fighting, you never said die. For the other team, you threw everything you had at the opponents, and you still came out empty-handed. And it's a moral loss.
Yeah, everyone on Michigan State side is bending over, breathing really heavily. Here's Celia Cullen now, pass it on over to Sarah Franklin, who taps on over. Scotty Johnson taps on over to Paige Jones, and Lauren Gibbs dives on over to get it. There's a kill attempt there with Celia Cullen, and now Jess Merzick goes for a kill, and there's Lauren Gibbs now, receives it. Net violation called on Jackie Bonney.
And now the score is 2-5. Michigan, the ones coming out to an early lead this set.
Yep.
Last time the Wolverines played the Spartans, Wolverines won the first set by a score of 25-22, lost the second 23-25, won the third 25-22, and won the fourth 28-26. It's always close when these teams play each other.
Celia Cullen serves on over. Paige Jones gets another kill off a pass from Scotty Johnson, of course. and Michigan leads 6-2.
Kendall Murray comes in. She'll be serving. Wolverines have everyone lined up down the center. Murray just off center to the left.
Kendall Murray serves. Sarah Franklin receives. Put up there for Kamigeli. Celia Cullen blocked at the net was Michigan. Right on the Michigan State side, 7-2. And Kathy George expends an early timeout.
Strong block. Real strong. Wolverines playing good net front defense.
And Michigan State's digging themselves into a really deep hole here. They don't look like they're in any position to try to make a strong comeback. But
we saw with the Wolverines in the first 2 sets, you can be down 5 early, still come back and win this. But Michigan State is throwing everything they have at the maize and blue and coming up empty-handed more often than not. If you're the Spartans, you're going to need to start getting points quickly. And you can't just settle for a couple runs here or there. You need a strong, sustained run. You need 4 points in a row. You need 5 points in a row. Maybe not right now, but slowly. If you just play this trading points game with the Wolverines that they have tended to do so far, the Wolverines are going to come out with this. It's going to be another close set, maybe 20-25 like the last one. But it's rough.
Yeah. Michigan is definitely trying their best out here to make this a 3-set affair. They don't want to make this go into 4 sets like the previous encounter at Chrysler Center. And I would say Michigan said they'd let 1 set go over there. They had Michigan State on the ropes quite a bit, but Michigan allowed Michigan State to get back in that match. Here comes the players back onto the floor. And Kendall Murray back to serve. Michigan State needed that break to kind of collect themselves. Here comes Kendall Murray now. There's Sarah Franklin, puts it up for Celia Cullen. Over there for Biamba. Blocked there at the net was Paige Jones. Lauren Gibbs now over to Sarah Franklin. And Kendall Murray throws on up and the ball lands in the band section. And point Michigan State 3-7, they trailed. Serving for the Michigan State Spartans is Biamba. Biamba serves. Ball lands out, says the official.
Fans disagree with the call. We'll see if the challenge card comes out. And yes, it does. With a little bit of sass.
Yeah, Kathy George gave it to the official there. It looked really, really, really close. And it did look in.
Fans looking at the video board for the replay, and so are we. And that replay went in double time compared to real life, so we could not tell you. Spartans have a good showing when it comes to video reviews today.
Yeah.
2 for 2, I believe. See what happens next.
It's tricky for the official.
Well, Wolverines are setting up for a fantastic The Game. A challenge between nope, that's not correct. OSU and the Wolverines in the Big House. Probably over 110,000 of our closest friends. As the Wolverines take on the Buckeyes this Saturday at noon for the Big Ten East Championship. The winner will go on to face one of any 4 teams that could be from the Big Ten West. And the winner of that game will most likely move on to the CFP. Michigan has not beaten Ohio State in a very long time. Taking a look at the history, the list of games. Michigan has won 1 of their meetings since 2004.
That's embarrassing.
That win came in 2011, 40-34.
Point goes to Michigan State after the review ball landed inbounds, and now Michigan taps on over. There's a kill attempt there. Diving into the bench was Hannah Grant.
She looks all right. Coach able to protect her head as it came in towards the chairs. She was a little slow to get up, but she looks all right. Fixing her hair.
Yeah, and Michigan State's right back in this match, 5-7 now.
And Wolverines have also only won 2 games, going all the way back to 2001, lost to Ohio State.
No, that's when Brady was there, so.
It's been a long time.
There's Kendall Murray. Scotty Johnson. Jess Merzick off the tape. Lauren Gibbs gets the ball back up in the air. There's Celia Cullen. Now, beautiful kill there was Sarah Franklin. Got the ball right back down, and 6-7 now. Michigan State trails by only 1.
Michigan State putting together a 4-0 scoring run so far.
Here is Biamba serving again. Hannah Grant over to Jackie Bonney, right on Lauren Gibbs, and she gets the ball up into play. Here's Sarah Franklin, and we are tied at 7. Great play by the Spartans to get back in this 3rd set. Mark Rosen imploring his team to calm down and play their brand of volleyball.
5th point in a row for the Spartans. I wouldn't be surprised if we see Rosen call his timeout early, just like the Spartans did.
Kamageli hits the tape with her serve. Scotty Johnson able to get the ball over to Paige Jones. Biamba gets it up to Sarah Franklin, and her kill, Biamba's hits the tape and falls down. Unforced error. 8-7. Michigan now leads again.
Going out, Kabengele coming in, Talia Edmonds. Edmonds, 2 assists on the day and 5 digs, a defensive player. First and foremost, she's in the back left.
Here's Paige Jones, serves Sarah Franklin to Cullen to Beck. Sarah Franklin, she gets the ball down, 8-8.
Interestingly, Kendall Murray playing a lot farther up, closer to the attack line, allowing the attack to come down the line and get passed into an empty corner of the stadium. 8-8 is the score.
There's Emma Monks. Kendall Murray receives. Scotty Johnson up for Jess Merzick. And Nia Cross got a good hand on it, and Michigan's able to handle it. There's Scotty Johnson running to receive it. And now Jess Merzick puts the ball up, and Michigan State has to bump it on over. Hannah Grant. Scotty Johnson going for her own tip and handled by Emma Monks. There's Sarah Franklin, and she gets the ball down right in front of Paige Jones. And Michigan State has its first lead of the 3rd set, 9-8.
Michigan State clawing its way back. Something along the lines of 6 points to 2 in the past little bit. 7 points to 2. Wolverines need to stop the bleeding, stem the tide. They're able to play back and forth volleyball. That's their kind of style. They like it.
Here comes Emma Monks. Serves. Hannah Grant handles. Scotty Johnson up for Paige Jones. Goes to the left side, and Cullen puts it up in the air. There's Talia Edmonds now. And there's Molly Johnson. And Jess Merzick gets her own chance. And Michigan State's able to handle it. Misplay there by the Spartans. A little miscommunication and point
Back
Michigan.
to a tie.
9-9. Here comes maybe the last voyage. What's another way to say it? Last shipment. Last.
It's over.
Sailment.
No.
Here comes Brooke Humphrey.
It was a good run of boat puns. You tried.
Talia Edmonds up there for Nia Cross. And Paige Jones gets it up in the air for Jess Merzick. And Celia Cullen dumps it off to Sarah Franklin. Now Paige Jones digs it. Scotty Johnson up there for Jess Merzick. He punts it on over to Michigan State's side. Now here's Sarah Franklin diving as Kendall Murray up there for Brooke Humphreys. Now Paige Jones. And beautiful play by Talia Edmonds. Now here's kill attempt there by Molly Johnson. Hits the net. 10-9. Michigan
lost in the shuffle was another miscommunication. 2 players going for the ball at the same time. And it feels like an unfortunate coincidence that it often involves Jess Merzick. I think 3 of the 4 miscommunications have involved her. Now, I'm not saying she doesn't communicate, but it does appear to be adding up.
There's Brooke Humphrey, her first service win of the day. And now Michigan a little bit confused as to where that ball was landing. Jess Robinson kind of running away from the ball, thought it was handing on Michigan's side. 10-10.
Wolverines showing a defensive look with their substitutions, taking out Pertovsky and Bonnie, putting in Robinson and Grant.
There's the Brooke Humphrey of the Spartans serving Grace Danziger. And Jess Merzick was hyped to get that kill.
That's her 10th of the day. She's
11-10.
2 away from her previous pace against the Spartans. Paige Jones beating her previous pace against the Spartans, showing a lot better showing.
Here comes Scotty Johnson serving. Talia Edmonds puts it up for Cullen, who gets over to Sarah Franklin. Tip there at the net was Michigan. And Hannah Grant over to Jess Merzick. And she kills the ball onto Michigan State side. They block it right back down on the Michigan side. The official says it was out.
Official was right there. And
10-12.
there's not a challenge.
And we are
but having words with the referee is head coach of the of the Spartans. She is choosing not to challenge.
And Scotty Johnson now serving from the right side. Lefty. Serves straight down the line to Sarah Franklin. Cullen over there to Nia Cross, who hits the tape. And point Michigan 10-13, which is my birthday.
Ah.
Oh.
Friday the 13th of October sometimes.
Sometimes, yeah.
Sometimes. Spooky.
Spooky. Spooky. It's the inverse of Halloween.
It is. It is.
Spooky.
It's pretty much about when I start celebrating Halloween.
Scotty Johnson serves the ball over to Sarah Franklin. Gets it over to Cullen. Oh, what a play by Hannah Grant to get the ball back into play. And here's Sarah Franklin going for another kill. Jess Merzick up there for Scotty Johnson. Over to Potowski. Blocked there at the net was Michigan State. And Sarah Franklin gets another chance off speed. And there's Jess Robinson. Couldn't get the ball back up in play. Sarah Franklin had a beautifully strong kill right into Hannah Grant, who dunked
Hannah
the
Grant
ball.
with one of the best digs we've seen all day. Really getting her whole body behind it.
Yeah.
You heard the crowd go, whoa! They thought it was a point. Grant able to play it back up. And just to bury the lead a little bit, I have an interesting stat for you coming next break.
There is Michigan State serving, and Jess Merzick kind of just taps the ball over. And Hannah Grant up for Jess Merzick now. Blocked there was Celia Cullen. And the ball ends out of bounds, 14-11.
So the interesting stat that I'd like to share with you is that last time the Wolverines played the Spartans, it was one of the very, very few times that Scotty Johnson had a negative hitting percentage. Today she has gone for 0 attacks. Perhaps that memory's still looming in her mind, or perhaps it has shown that the Wolverines are a more competent team at allowing Scotty Johnson to be the quarterback than they were early this season. The diagnosis is up to you. I just provide the numbers. And that play comes down a kill by Nia Gross, assisted by Celia Cullen. 12-4 for this Wolverine. 12-14 is the score. Wolverines lead.
Jess Merzick goes for a kill, and great play by Michigan State to dig it all back up in the air. Here's Emma Monks, pass it over to Cullen, and now Biama Cavangeli just kind of taps on over. Jess Merzick dives on over to get it, and Paige Jones, off-speed kill. Lauren Gibbs gets the ball back up in the air. Here is Sarah Franklin on the left side, and Paige Jones gets her own attempt, and right at the feet.
Wolverines lead 15-12 in the third set. They've withstood the onslaught from the Spartans. Paige Jones with her 14th kill of the day. Timeout called by Michigan State.
Yeah, Michigan State and Kathy George do not want this match to get away from themselves, even as much as it has so far. We're in the third set, and Michigan does lead. Michigan's only 10 points away from taking this match. Bruno Mars is playing in the background.
Yes. Bruno Mars, slightly underrated, all things considered. People think he's good, but I believe him to be great.
He is one of the premier entertainers of our generation.
Speaking of premier entertainers, it's amazing that Scotty Johnson's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
She's going to be sticking around this team with her serving ability and her setting capabilities for years to come. 2 or possibly 3, depending on her athletic eligibility requirements based on last year and COVID and all that jazz, you know, the whole pandemic situation. So if you are in the Ann Arbor area at any point in the next 2 years, make your way out to a Michigan volleyball game. Keep an eye in the center of the court for number 4 in maize and blue. You'll see some real talent.
Oh, wow. Dan Mullen was fired.
Who?
Dan Mullen, the Florida head coach.
Huh. Wow.
Also, Michigan.
If only the Wolverines could do that, you know what I'm saying? Fire Harbaugh and all that. Fire Harbaugh.
And also, the Lions are losing 13-0 at half.
Wow.
Which is not
I'm
awful.
shocked
Oh
by
my
this
God.
result.
Oh my God. Oh my God.
Next time out, we'll take a little trip around the NFL and some scores.
Here's Hannah Grant serving. And Hannah Grant gets the reception off a kill attempt by Molly Johnson. Now blocked the net there was Emma Monks off a just Mercer kill attempt. Point Michigan State, 13-15, they trail.
Emma Monk's one of the better players for the Spartans. Taking a look at her stats so far this year. Number 9, Emma Monk, she's 6'4", able to get up there. Her vertical must be quite high. I don't quite have it for you.
Celia Cullen serves. Service ace there by Celia Cullen. Jess Merzick did not anticipate the drop on that ball.
Emma Monks, not a common server for the Spartans. She doesn't do a lot of attacking or digging.
Celia Cullen serves.
Or blocking.
There's Jess Merzick receiving. May Pertosky going down the line. Unreal attempt there. 16-14, great kill.
Kendall Murray comes in for the Wolverines. She will be serving. Coming out is Pertosky.
Kendall Murray serves. Handled by Franklin. Over there is Cullen. Over to Biamba and way outside. Right into the fan. First seat,
the courtside seats,
courtside
yeah.
Seats.
Pay good money to get balls spiked at you.
Some strong
Fans cheering on
Kendall.
Kendall Murray.
Some strong pro Kendall fans here in the crowd.
Nice to see the Wolverines making the road trip out here to East Lansing.
Kendall Murray serves. Over there is Sarah Franklin. Biamba just kind of gives it on over to Sarah Franklin. She bumps it on over. Scotty Johnson pass to Paige Jones. And net violation
on Spartans.
Net violation on Emma Monks. Here we are, 18-14. Kendall Murray now has 2 straight serves.
After that serve, the first touch was a little bit off kilter, went all the way over to the area of substitutions where Cabangeli played it. And I, for one, thought she was on the bench when she played it, actually, based on how far off to the side it was. But no, it was a legal touch.
There's Jess Merzick handling Michigan State kill attempt. Paige Jones goes for it again. And there's another net violation called by the official.
These unforced errors starting to add up on the Spartans. Wolverines now lead by 4, 6 points away from winning. Pardon me, they lead by 5. Mathematics, not my strong suit, despite me having an exam in mathematics tomorrow.
Here's Kendall Murray serving. Sarah Franklin handles it. A little miscommunication by the Spartans, and they just kind of get it on over. There's Scotty Johnson now over to Jackie Bonney, ranging to her right, and she nails that kill. Point Michigan, and they are 5 points away from a 3-set victory and season sweep of the Michigan State Spartans.
Taking a look right quick at Paige Jones' stats. She has her 16th kill of the day. Her high score is 19 kills, that coming against Penn State in a 4-set loss.
Kendall Murray serves. Sarah Franklin up in the air is Lauren Gibbs. Over to Biamba, Cabangeli, and blocked to the net was Michigan. Jackie Bonney and Scotty Johnson, the duo of them playing incredibly well at the net today. Point Michigan, 21-14, and they have opened this third set.
5-0 scoring run for the Wolverines. That was a block assist by Scotty Johnson and Jackie Bonney. Attack error by Biamba Cabangeli.
And Kendall Murray's doing incredibly well here serving. Over to Lauren Gibbs, right off of Lauren Gibbs. Out of bounds, service ace for Kendall Murray.
Gibbs
What a
tried to
play.
dodge it, bounced off high upper body, shoulders, face area. Wolverines now leading by 8, 3 points away from closing this game out in straight sets.
Here is Kendall Murray again, serves over to Lauren Gibbs. Celia Cullen up in the air for Sarah Franklin. She just kind of bumps on over. There's Jackie Bonney going down the line again. Point Michigan, and they are well in control of this match.
Wolverines 2 points away from winning now.
As the Spartan fans start to file out of the stadium now, slowly, Michigan fans.
It's going to take a lot for the Spartans to come back. They're down by 9. They need 11 points before they need 10 points before the Wolverines can get 2. Not likely, but it's possible.
Here's Kendall Murray serving. Sarah Franklin bumps it up to Julia Bishop, who just kind of taps on over. She did that early in the first set. Beautiful play there. And Michigan State stops bleeding at 9.
And the scoring run ends at 8-0. 8 fantastic serves by Kendall Murray.
Here's Biamba serving now. Kendall Murray handles it, puts it up for Scotty Johnson, who passed it on to Jackie Bonney, going cross court right at Julia Bishop, the freshman. And point Michigan, match point now, 24-15, Michigan leads. Paige Jones into serve.
Match point. Paige Jones to serve from the back. Paige Jones hasn't won a point that she served today so far.
Paige Jones serves. Lauren Gibbs puts it up. There's Julia Bishop. Over there is Sarah Franklin. And Hannah Grant puts the ball back up in the air. Here's
and the block goes out of bounds. The Wolverines win.
Yeah, Jess Merzick goes for a great block. Jess Merzick goes for a great kill. Blocked at the net was Michigan State. However, block goes out of bounds. Point Michigan. Game Michigan.
And that'll be all for this game.
Yeah.
Going over some stats, because I'm the stats guy. That's my thing now. Paige Jones, 16 kills, 5 errors for a hitting percentage of .250 on 44 total attempts. Jess Merzick, only 2 errors on the day, 13 kills. Jess Robinson, 5 kills with 1 error on 8 attempts. Jackie Bonney, 5 kills, 1 error on 11 attempts. May Pertovsky, 5 kills, 3 errors on 15 attempts. Kendall Murray went 1 for 2 on kills. And when you look at assists, 36 for Scotty Johnson in 3 sets, outpacing her last time that she played the Spartans. Service errors, 3 for May Pertovsky, 1 ace for Pertovsky, 2 aces for Kendall Murray, and 1 serving error for Scotty Johnson. 11 digs for Johnson, 12 digs for Grant, 15 for Merzick, and 4 for Jones. 16.5 points for Paige Jones. She leads the team.
Great
Looking for the
overall
Spartans.
team play by the Wolverines, and they're definitely making their case that they deserve to be in the tournament. They're trying really hard.
They're going to have to close out with at least 1 win. They play Illinois. Illinois, who are, I believe, better. They are better than Michigan slightly. They are 10-7 in the Big Ten. Michigan now 9-9. They also play Northwestern, who are slightly worse than the Wolverines. So honestly, they're probably going to need to win both of those to sneak their way as a low seed into the NCAA tournament. So, is that all for us?
Yes, I believe so. Thank you for listening in here at Jenison Field House. It has been a long time since I've done a road trip. I haven't done one in a while. I think this is my only one I've actually done.
This is also my first road trip.
So thank you for tuning in. I know it was a great match by the Wolverines, and Michigan is well on their way to hopefully ending the season on a good run and into the NCAA tournament if everything holds. So thank you for tuning in. This WCBN coverage of Michigan Wolverines volleyball. I have been Nabeel Baig. Alongside me was Joshua Tenzer. And we thank you, and I hope you have a good rest of your day, and go blue.